Hey guys, it's Brian from CarverBanjos.com. I think it's time for a shop update. We'll start with the orders. Check my notes here. Today I'm processing orders that were placed on April 29th. There are several orders there for the end of April, and I doubt I'll have them shipped today. I'll have them shipped out on Monday. So yeah, I'm getting close to 2 weeks out now on my orders. Last month I got pretty far behind as well, so I stopped taking orders for like 10 days, and during that time I was just working to fill the orders. I thought, okay, I'm caught back up, I'll turn orders back on, and then I just got a rush of orders. Like I got like 6 orders in one day when I turned them back on. So now I'm kind of behind again. Can't really seem to get ahead with that. But I do have a plan with that, and I will explain now. I'm only selling my minstrel neck type kits right now, the tack head and the hardware kits with the minstrel neck. Those are all that I'm selling right now. It kind of lightens my workload. I'm able to work more in batches, and I am slowly building up a stock of minstrel necks. This is going to help me a lot in the future. I'm getting more comfortable with where I'm at on the minstrel kits. I am going to bring back the Banjo neck next, and with that it will be paired with the gourd banjo mainly, but I will make the option to where you can have a minstrel neck on a gourd banjo, or you can have a banjo neck on the minstrel kit. Also, I'm going to do the same thing with the mountain banjo kits, but the focus will be the Appalachian style neck. These, I would say, are my 3 best-selling necks. So I'm doing away with a lot of the other necks. I had 8 options in the past, and it was kind of an experiment. I did it for about a year, and there were actually some of those neck types that I sold 0 of. So there's no reason for me to try to build a stock of those. People just aren't interested in them, and that's okay. So for at least this year, I'm only going to be offering 3 neck types. In the future, I would like to possibly bring back the Americana and the old-time neck styles, but we'll see. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is Banjos ready to play. So most of my business is based around kits, but yeah, I make a banjo ready to play every now and then, but I've decided I need to commit to having a banjo ready to play in stock at all times. So I'll still do some special banjos ready to play. If you follow my work, that's what I do. Like sometimes I get a really nice piece of wood and do something special, you know, a special dyed skin or a special finish, and then I kind of charge somewhat of a premium price for those instruments. I say somewhat because I think they're still very fairly priced looking at other minstrel banjos on the market. So that brings me to the point, I want to offer a very affordable tack head minstrel banjo ready to play. You know, it's not a kit, it's finished. And I realize there's probably a little bit of an opening for this in the market because I heard Eric Prust, he doesn't do his tack heads anymore. He used to sell, I know he sold a lot of tack heads, and they were very affordably priced. But now, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, there weren't a lot of people making old-time tackhead type banjos for sale. But now I'm seeing like a new builder every week. And we all start somewhere, but I don't really agree with just making a banjo that maybe the craftsmanship isn't even top notch, and then asking top notch prices for it. And I guess as a buyer, it's your job to do your research and find the banjo that fits you. But I just don't agree with these high prices I'm seeing on these boutique tackhead banjos right now. It seems like the going price for a tackhead is like $1,500, and it's often from someone, this is their first tackhead they've ever built. And I've been doing this my entire adult life. This is my entire livelihood, and it's making it harder for me to kind of compete. So I want to make it more even. I'm gonna just put these tackheads out there, and I'm a capitalist at heart, but I also think like I can do my part and maybe lower the pricing for it across the board, because I offer these banjos at such a low cost that people either have to come back to reality and price more appropriately, or they just can't be in the game. I'll tell you a little story. I had a pretty well-known manufacturer of banjos and banjo hardware contact me a few years ago, and he said, well, first he was not being very direct about what he wanted to talk about. He just wanted to get a hold of me, which I didn't really appreciate that. He's kind of dodging. He's basically like, hey, Brian, give me a call. Here's my number. And I emailed him back. I was like, well, what do you want to talk about? And he's like, oh, I just really want to talk to you about some banjo stuff. So I went into that whole situation not feeling like this guy's going to be very honest with me. So I talked to him, and which honestly I shouldn't have even called him. If you don't want to be open with me about what you want to talk about, I don't really have a reason to talk to you. He said, Brian, we've been watching you, and you kind of have the whole market on these kits, and we want to get into it. So your prices are really low, like too low for us to compete. So we have an idea. We'd like to work with you, and we noticed you don't sell any kits with hardware. So maybe you could use our special hardware and make a kit with it, and then we'll sell it. And we're gonna sell it for 2 times the price that you are currently selling your kits. And our caveat is, if we're going to work together, we also need you to stop selling your kits at your low price and double your price. That way, it'll be just level playing field for all the offerings. And don't worry about it, because you'll still sell plenty if you double the price. That's what he told me. And I said, well, as far as pricing, I didn't even have a response on that. I have my own pricing for my own reasons, and I'm not going to have someone tell me to raise my price. absurd. And for him to, he didn't even know how many kits I was selling at this price and why I came to my price. He just said, don't worry about your sales numbers, just double that price. It's going to work out for everyone. So I said, okay, if I take your hardware and make a kit around it, who's selling the kit? And he said, well, we're going to sell it. So I said, well, so I'm just making a kit for you? Are you going to pay me? What are you going to pay me? And they're like, oh, we'll pay you half of the sale price. Well, half of the sale price would just be the same amount that I would be making off of my own work. So there was absolutely no benefit to work with them. And I told him this, and he's like, well, the banjo community would really like to see a collaboration like this. Just trying to shame me or make me feel bad about not wanting to give away my business. I told him, you're free to create your own kits and price them however you want. And that was the end of that. And he didn't know it, but I already had a hardware kit sitting on the shelf. It was a few more years later until I started selling it, but I had a hardware kit already planned out and done. So, I have a bunch of stories actually about the industry and working with other companies. I have a couple other good stories about the greed, and even in the banjo making business, there's some really crazy greed. So maybe I'll tell those stories another day. But yeah, I think I got a little off topic, but that's our update. Thank you for your orders. I'll be bringing the gourd banjo back very soon, probably within a month, and the mountain banjo will follow. So, and also keep an eye out for a banjo ready to play that will be in stock, a minstrel tack head, and it will be a very, very affordable price. Check out the site, carverbanjos.com. I have a free forum, and it's a good place to just go over there and get some information about the kits. Have a good day.